Pardon me. Alrighty. North Las Vegas. Big John, good morning. We've already done a bit over 3 hours of driving this morning. We left Barstow around 4:15. We left Barstow, California. We got up to Prim, to Whiskey Pete's, truck stop, casino. We topped up our fuel, our DEF. Then we got through Las Vegas. We stopped here at the Loves here in North Las Vegas. We're on I-15. We just did a 30-minute break. I grabbed a quick perk me up shower. Nothing, not trying to get clean, just, kind of get that, wake up, kind of feeling. So we are on our way. We're taking a John Deere wheel bucket or wheel loader bucket and a coupler. We're taking this up from Long Beach, California to Jerome, Idaho. So a super light load, not even a full 6,000 pounds. So we are making our way north. So we are getting here. This is US 93. US 93. And we're going to be taking that all the way north up to Twin Falls, Idaho, and then up to the highway at Jerome. We're going to get in there for the night. But here's the downside is we are very, very, very tight on time. So even just these 3 vehicles here, this stop sign, this is not helping me at all because I am down to minutes that I have to spare. So we have to basically have a nice smooth drive up I-93 through through Pioche, Wells, and everywhere else along the way. Alamo, we're going to stop in Alamo real quick. We'll do another load check there. We'll get up to Wells, we'll get to Eli, we'll get to Wells, then we'll get up through Twin Falls, Idaho, and then we will be, we'll get into a parking spot as soon as possible. So it is 8:15, almost 8:20. So 7 hours, 45 minutes roughly. We will get into our stop. Really, you're going to get in front of the big truck, you're going to slow down. Jag off. And that's the kind of thing right there I don't need. If you're not going to do the speed limit, stay behind me. It's easy. Driving is easy. It's that kind of nonsense right there. I don't like, period. but I really don't need today. You don't get in front of a big truck and then slow down. A, that's how people get hurt. B, that's how you piss off a truck driver. And this guy here, not in the fast lane where he's supposed to be, because he's not even doing the full speed limit. Mr. Kevin Hart, welcome to Nevada, just a little bit north of Las Vegas. All right, maybe now I can get over here that the guy decided he was going to do the speed limit. All right, so like I was saying, we have a matter of a few spare minutes to have any kind of cushion with. I mean, I think I'm down to like 5 minutes total on the day. From here in North Las Vegas at the Loves, here on I-15 and US 93, which is what we're on, I have 488 miles to go total to my delivery, and about 480 miles to the truck stop in Jerome, Idaho. Mr. Brad Parks, how you doing? So today I have very little spare time. What are we carrying? We have a bucket for a John Deere 724 wheel loader. And we have the coupling attachment that goes on the back of that bucket. We have a little bit under 6,000 pounds, which is basically, it's almost like having no load at all. 6,000 pounds is nothing. You know, 3 tons, that's really nothing to this truck. And as we are climbing up the mountains here, we're going to lose very little speed because we are empty. We can mean a higher speed limit or a higher rate of speed all day long, which is going to be a lot easier. Yes, sailboat fuel, motorcycle doors, tractor hubcaps, you know. Well, every truck is slightly different, but most all trucks are within a particular range. The maximum allowed weight anywhere in the United States without a permit, without, me, my possessions, my tools, my equipment, I weigh 34,500 pounds. So basically 45,000 pounds I can put on here without a permit. And then of course I have to make sure my axles are weighing the maximum the axles can weigh. Now we are going up here into the middle of nowhere, so we'll probably lose the signal here soon anyway, but we basically have almost no load on the truck. So we got the cruise control set at 70 miles an hour. We are going to go as rapidly as I can legally. A, traffic. B, accidents. Hey, another fellow person from England. Hey, Wei. Wei. I'm sorry, I just can't get pronunciation. Your name is correctly. I apologize. But like I said, I rarely have I ever taken anything over 80,000 pounds. I have, but not often. Most of the time it's just wide or tall. That's usually what I do. Unsung hero, it's also depending upon the state. Every state has a different allowance for that weight. Some states are 500. I think there's 1 or 2 states it's 1,000, and I think there are 4 states where you get no allowance at all. But see, in my rule book that I keep, in my rule book that I have all the printed out, every state's rules and regulations for oversized loads. I also have a printout in there that shows all 50 American states, which Hawaii and Alaska I'm never going to get to, but all 50 states and the weight allowance for that auxiliary power unit listed in there. Plus, every state will also give you a little bit of a grace allowance weight that you can be over the maximum as long as your total weight is underneath. Yes, true. That is true. But the individual states themselves also give a different allowance. See, that's the problem dealing with, you know, we have the overall federal government not reading, just glancing. I'm not in depth. I'm not staring at the screen. I'm not doing that. But we got the federal government rules, which pretty much blanket the entire country. But even inside of a state, I can have the state laws, I can have the laws of an individual county or parish, and I can have an individual city or municipality have particular rules. Even a single road can have its own rules and regulations that have to be abided by. So it's, man, helps if I keep it on my side of the road, isn't it? But so that's why my permit book, my rule book, is a 4-inch thick book, because unlike most drivers, they have a little 1-inch little binder and they think that's enough. I have 48 states, their rules for oversized loads printed out. I have the full-size green book for the FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. I never get that acronym right, but I have the full-size green book, not just a little pocket book. I have the full-size green book, which gives annotations and clarifications on the rules. I have chain laws for winter. I have the APU weight allowance. I have the weight allowance print out for every state. So, I cover myself. But this is the 3rd time I've taken this particular road. The other 2 times I was going south. So this will be the first time I'm going north. Young Sung Hero, I think I may do a live stream showing how I keep my paperwork and I do my rule book, so everybody sees how I do things. I can talk about it, but unless I show it, it's a little bit difficult to understand. Well, see, I was 10 foot wide. I was 13'9" tall coming into California from Minnesota and South Dakota. So I had Minnesota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and California I had to deal with for permits, which is over and above the regular stuff. So you gotta be aware of that stuff, or else you can get pulled into a way station and put out of service and fined, which I particularly don't need or want. So, like I said, we're heading up here. Alamo, Pioche, Ely, Wells, Idaho, and Jerome, Idaho. So we're going to be passing through all those towns and more. It's not a bad drive this way. Hey, there you go. Got a little mini trailer on the back, huh? One of the little pup trailers. I drove a pup trailer one time, and that was a little hard to get used to. Right now, I have an all-steel 48-foot step deck trailer. I really, really wish I had a 53-foot with a sliding axle or a lifting axle. But the type of trucking I'm doing, that trailer is, it's more than sufficient. It covers about 99% of what I ever need to haul. There have been a few times where it's been close, where what I'm putting on can fit on there. So it's been close a couple of times, but I do have a 4-foot allowance off the back before I need a permit, so I've never really had to worry about being too long. But the rugged landscape out here, I mean, it can be beautiful to me. Yes, we're in Nevada right now. We are north of Las Vegas. We're on US 93. We're at mile marker 70 on US 93. We're heading up here first to Alamo, the town of Alamo, which I've stopped at before. They actually have a nice little grocery store, little mini grocery store in there. So it's not perfect. It's out in the middle of nowhere, but it's actually not too bad of a place to stop as a truck driver. A 20-year-old 9900 International Eagle. Wow. Well, see, this is a 2018 Peterbilt 389. I got the X15 engine in it, 565 horsepower, 2010 pound-feet of torque, 18-speed Eaton transmission. The rear end, I don't know the rating on the rear end. I don't know what gears it has in it, but I top out at 70 miles an hour in 18th gear at 1,500 RPM. All right, we just hit the 200-mile mark for the morning. So, like I said, we got up at 3:30 this morning in Barstow, California. We left there. We left the Flight J there at 4:15, just about. We stopped in Primm, which is right on the border with California, Nevada on I-15. We topped up our fuel and our DEF. Then we came up the road another like 75 miles up to the Loves here in North Las Vegas, north of the city. We did a 30, got our way here through the big wide open of nowhere, Nevada, which is pretty much the majority of the rest of our day. We're going to be on US 93, like I said, Alamo Springs, Ely, Wells, Nevada, and then we're going to stay on 93. We're going to take that north all the way up to Twin Falls. Yeah, that's usually the way, isn't it? That's usually the way. Well, as long as you stay out of Shreveport, you should be okay. You don't want that Shreveport shake. But like I said, we'll get up into Idaho on US 93. We'll get into Twin Falls. We'll go through the main part of town, and then we'll get a little bit further up to the road, and then into Jerome. Get to the truck stop, and we will pull them brakes and park it for the night. And we should still have a good amount of daylight to do either a little bit of exercise or a little bit of maintenance. I got 2 LEDs remaining on this, my one turn signal on the side of my truck. So when I get up to Idaho, I'm going to buy 2 Lollipop drop lights. Unfortunately, they're going to be like $60 for the pair because I'm buying them from the truck stop. I'm going to replace those. The side one only has like 2 LEDs working on the back side, and I can't have that. That has to work 100%. So we're going to replace that. And I have all the tools for that. I have the wire strippers. I have electrical tape. I have solder, heat shrink, adhesive connectors. I have regular heat shrink tubing. So we're gonna put that on, seal it up right. We're gonna do that. Well, I'm just gonna replace both of them because just like headlights and windshield wipers, I like replacing things like that in pairs. Because if the one goes, the other's gonna go soon as well. So we're gonna replace those as just because, I don't want to spend $60 on doing that, but I'll get reimbursed from the company because it is a company truck. I'll get reimbursed for the repairs. I'm sure. But like I said, we're going to replace those. I mean, when I get a chance to stop in at Iowa 80 or there at Joplin, Missouri, at a real big truck stop with a lot, all the chrome and all the lights and all the neat gadgets and way to gussy the truck up, I'll invest. Well, not invest, but I will take the expense of putting the lights I truly want on the truck. Right now it's kind of repair it so it's working properly, but then I will, like I said, put the lights on that I want. And if it's like with my turn signals. I replaced the turn signals on this truck in the front with bright LEDs, replaced little incandescent bulbs. The incandescent bulbs were very soft. They didn't glow enough. I replaced them. I placed 3 of them, inside of 4 months, which, yeah, no thanks. All right. Okay, so I'm getting a phone call here that I got to take. So I'll see you later. Thank you for joining me. I will be on Facebook later on and maybe YouTube again. But we'll see you all later. God bless. Thank you for joining me so far this morning. And everybody have a great, fantastic day. And for those of you in England, enjoy your afternoon and enjoy your night. Thank you very much.